Jacob is not being pursued anymore by Esau. He's not being pursued by Esau anymore. Jacob is not being pursued by Laban, because Laban had been warned by God. He had been told, leave this boy alone. Leave him alone. So because all the problems he had in his life, now he's not worried about what to eat. He can eat, lamb any day he wants. He has so many of them. So he is a man that is settled. He is a man that is completely settled. He has everything. He has forgotten. And many of us forget and make excuses for not honoring our promises because we are now settled. We do not have a single problem in our lives. And now also, even those problems that made us make the commitment are no longer there, we tend to forget. We tend to forget also when things are going well for us. Deuteronomy 8, be careful that you do not forget the Lord your God, failing to observe the commands, his laws and decrees that I am giving you to this day. Otherwise you eat and are satisfied when you build fine houses and settle down, and when your herds and flocks grow large, and your silver and gold increase, and all you have is multiplied. Then your heart will become proud, and you will forget the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. He led you through the vast and dreadful wilderness, the thirsty and waterless land with its venomous snakes and scorpions. He brought you out of the hard rock. He brought you out of a difficult place. He brought you here. He's saying, do not forget the Lord your God who did all these things. And he said, do not even say to yourself, in verse 17, you may say to yourself, my power and strength and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. What he's saying is, don't even talk about your doubles. Don't even talk about your triples. Don't tell us how hard you work, going to school, going to class, being able to work all these things. Yes, you did those nobody, but it's God who made it possible. It's God who actually gave you the health to be able to do that. There are those actually that you see every day, people your age that are gone, people younger than you that are gone, people younger than you that are on wheelchairs, people younger than you that are struggling and fighting, people younger than you that are going through a lot of difficult things. And even if you are on a wheelchair, there are people who are going through stuff that cannot even sit on a wheelchair. I want you to know that God has been with you, God has taken care of you, and Deutronomy says, when you have eaten and you are in your own house and you are settled in your own life, when you have done all these things, do not say to yourself, my power and my strength has made all these things actually happen to me. Remember, he says, it is the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. And what he's saying there is that the only reason you've been able to do it is because God has been with you. He has not touched your spine that you are not able to walk anymore. God has protected you. Sometimes you are driven home asleep, and sleeping coming from your strength, your doubles, and God has made sure that he has brought you home in safety. Even when you know that you would have had very bad accidents, God has taken care of you. Exams, you almost flopped, but the teacher, God worked something there, and somehow you ended up passing. You to this day, you have no idea how you failed. The exams were somewhere else, but here you have come and passed. It's because of the hand of God that was in your life. So we tend to forget. When the problem is gone, we tend to forget. When we are full and satisfied and settled, we tend to forget also when we are influenced by the world around us.